What's up guys, Stark here. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the new Mr. 3 and Buggy Fortnite that just got released onto Global. Now, this Fortnite is a little bit tricky, but the books you can get in this Fortnite are absolutely amazing. Now you can get a whole bunch of story mode characters here as well, like some of the Impel Down, like Minotaurs and things like that. So if you need them, that's going to be a good time to pick them up. I actually need, or at least I needed a couple of them before this Fortnite came out. So I was just waiting for this to come out in order to pick them up. But the books in this Fortnite are probably some of the best group of books you can get in a Fortnite. It's got Intalk books as the legend book. And so if you have Intalk, you know, you need to max him. Like, he is absolutely amazing. And then you have Khalifa, Suleiman, Adeo. They're also all pretty good specials. Khalifa is probably the best of those three as far as usability goes. And then you have the Golden Pound Usopp books. Now, I know a lot of people don't need them anymore, but for like new players, it's a great opportunity to get these books. And these books have at least in my opinion, a much higher drop rate than the previous Fortnites with these books in it. And then it has Mr. 3 books as well, which is pretty useful. And then a couple of other books in there that you really don't need that much. But yeah, you know, it's a really good Fortnite. Although, like I said, it is a little bit tricky. Fighter and shooter characters are going to be, I believe they get silenced for 99 turns, and they have their attack reduced by 75% for 99 turns. So you really don't want to be taking fighters and shooters if you can help it. So anyway, we are going to be using a Stronghold Shanks team here. I tried doing this with Law, but I actually found Stronghold Shanks to be a little bit better because, you know, you just have a little bit more to work with, and you get the matching orbs with Shanks, and you can make a Cerebral team here for the red 4s. And then Buggy, the Secret Stage Buggy actually makes Perfects harder to hit, so you really don't want to bring Law there for that. But, you know, this team is pretty solid. Obviously, you know, Shanks is not free to play, but most of the units on here are, and Monet is not really required. She just makes it a little bit easier, and it protects your health so you don't lose the damage output from Shanks. But you could put Tesoro in there as your captain if you want, and then use a Shanks friend, and then you can just find another Cerebral unit to take with you. But yeah, you know, it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward team here. You don't really need the sockets or anything like that. Now, we are going to be selling a little bit for our specials, just because they're not, well, Monet is not max, but we do want to use Momonga. The only other, like, side booster that you could use, as far as I know, that actually fits the conditions for these Fortnites is the unevolved form of Impact Usopp, so, like, the Hammer Usopp. And I have him, but his max attack's, like, 300 something, so, you know, obviously I don't want to use him. So I just decided I'll stall a couple extra turns here for Momonga, and then, you know, it'll be a lot easier for me to clear it. And we have so much more attack power with this team, so a couple extra turns is no big deal. I don't really need too much in this Fortnite. Like, I have enough Intalk books to max them whenever I get them. My Khalifa's max, so I'm pretty much doing this for, like, Adeo and, who was the other one? Suleiman, who I would be using in this team if I had him leveled up, but he's at level 1, so, you know, I kind of couldn't fit him onto the team just yet. Yeah, overall, you know, it is a pretty good Fortnite for those who still need Intalk books, still need Usopp books. And me personally, I'm probably not going to be doing this Fortnite too much until the skill up comes around. And I'm really enjoying that about Global, because it seems like every new Fortnite has a skill up during it, at least at some point. So I've typically just been waiting until then to farm them, with the exception of the Baby 5 Fortnite. I pretty much just skipped it entirely. I'll wait for it to come back. I was just doing other things, and I was prioritizing farming the Halloween Fortnites instead of the Baby 5 Fortnite. And, you know, I still need to finish up a couple of my Straw Hats, like Time Skip Nami and Time Skip Frankie, but I definitely thought that was the better choice than farming Baby 5 for Law books, because, you know, I don't need them that much, and Law drop rates were pretty low, so I just decided to skip it, and I'll pick it up next time. Alright, so here we are, the boss stage. There are actually 3 variations of this boss stage. The first one obviously is going to be the one we just got here. The second one is going to be Mr. 3 and Buggy together, which is like the typical secret stage type of thing in the boss. I believe Buggy always drops. I'm not 100% sure, but every time I've encountered it so far, Buggy has dropped. And they also have reduced HP, so it'll be easier to kill them. And the final stage is going to be Buggy, Mr. 3, and Hannibal. Now, I haven't encountered that one yet, so I don't know too much about it, but I do believe that Hannibal will berserk at some point after you kill Mr. 3 and Buggy. I will have all the accurate information on the side of the screen to show you exactly what they do, but I haven't actually encountered it yet, so, you know, I'm not 100% sure exactly what it does. Anyway, we're just going to use our specials here to... I'm actually going to wait on using Momonga until the second turn just so I can clear out some of the fodder. Because I do not believe that I can one-shot this stage with Shanks. So I'm just going to take the first turn to knock out the fodder. And then the second turn will burst to kill Mr. 3. Now Mr. 3 will swap your top row and your bottom row with orbs. But because we are using Tesoro, we can just pop his special to get a full set of orbs. And then Momonga will give us the attack boost. And then that will be enough to take out Mr. 3 quite easily. I probably don't need Momonga to actually do this. But just to be safe, that's what we're going to roll with. And there you go, guys. You know, if you have Stronghold Shanks, it's not going to be that tricky, but, you know, if you don't have them, you're going to have to take a friend captain as a replacement. It still shouldn't be too bad as long as you can make a solid side team with the available units. But there you go, guys. Let's see. Do we get any good Usopp books? No Usopp book this run, but I am actually going to try and max the second Usopp. I've had him for a while, but I haven't ever maxed his special yet, so I'm definitely going to be taking advantage of this fortnight to do that. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. You know, if you did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.